So today we have Shredder taking on Deathstroke. Who wins? Well, let's find out. So, Shredder is the arch enemy of Master Splinter and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and is the founder and leader of the Foot Clan. He's in peak physical conditioning, being strong enough to consistently and easily ragdoll the turtles, who are low superhuman, overpower Splinter, tough enough to easily shrug off attacks from the turtles, Splinter, and tremendous falls, and he's fast enough to easily dodge bullets and lasers like they're nothing. He's a master martial artist and arguably the greatest fighter in the whole TMNT universe. He's consistently beaten the Turtles single-handedly several times over the years, matched or bested Master Splinter a few times, and he's even killed legions of samurai warriors all by himself. He's also quite brutal and doesn't hold back at all. He wears armor that's bulletproof, and he has his razor sharp arm blades, which is where he gets his name from, Shredder. He's been studying the art of war since a very young age, is an excellent leader, strategist, and tactician as well. But in the other corner, the assassin Deathstroke. Genetically engineered to surpass all human limits and a former soldier, Slade Wilson went through a scientific experiment that enhanced his physicality, gave him a nice healing factor, and enhanced his mind. He's strong enough to lift 2 tons, fast enough to easily and consistently dodge bullets, as well as tag Kid Flash in combat. His healing factor allows him to heal from bullet wounds and broken bones quickly, even being shot in the head, but he can't regrow lost limbs or eyes. His enhanced mind allows him to think 9 times faster than the average human, allowing him to come up with strategies on the fly. He's a great fighter, being a master martial artist and military trained. He's a master of judo and ninjutsu, and is an excellent swordsman. He's also a master assassin and marksman as well. He goes into battle wearing the Icon suit, which is powered by its kinetic energy and bulletproof. It can even generate an energy barrier in front of it when he crosses his arms that withstood a hit from Superman. He carries a nearly indestructible bow staff, a Promethean broadsword, which is tougher than titanium, traditional firearms, knives, and explosives. He single-handedly beat the Teen Titans many times, and once even temporarily had the Justice League beat. He now lives as DC's premier and most feared assassin as well. So, who's stronger? Well, Slade. He's a super soldier. He's pierced his sword several inches into solid stone, overpowered and ragdolled Batman and Nightwing, easily broken metal restraints, busted through missile-proof glass, and he's even tore off an airplane door while it was flying in the air with his bare hands. But don't get me wrong, Shredder is impressively strong. He's able to slice through metal with his wrist blades, easily lift people over his head with one arm, bend metal, and he's routinely gone up against the Turtles in 4v1 fights, and dominated, ragdolling and sending them flying with his attacks, and normally walking away victorious. But Slade is still stronger. What about durability? Well, again, it's gotta be Slade. Like, Shredder has walked away from combined attacks and assaults from the Turtles and Master Splinter, multi-story falls, and was just fine, and he's withstood hits from Krang that sent him flying. And his armor is bulletproof. But Slade is wearing the Icon suit, which is powered by his kinetic energy, and it's also bulletproof. He was literally just fine after point-blank explosions, massive falls, energy blasts, and bolts, and building busting explosions. He's withstood being hit with missiles and rockets, a beating from Lobo, hits from Superman and Wonder Woman, and having a submarine thrown at him and exploding upon impact, and he remained conscious. And then there's his healing factor. Although not as good as someone's like Wolverine's or Deadpool's, I think it gets undersold a lot. He's regenerated half of his heart before, and healed from headshots after a few hours. He's even healed from death itself, as he's been presumed dead and buried in morgues and stuff, and he's just woken up a few hours later and just walked away. Slade's definitely tougher. Now, speed. Slade has easily caught and deflected arrows, routinely dodged or deflected bullets even at close range, dodge automatic gunfire, blitz Hawkman and whole groups of soldiers, and he's even tagged Kid Flash several times. But Shredder dodged a barrage of missiles, consistently dodged bullets and lasers, outreacted Turtles and Master Splinter, and he's even blitzed the Turtles before as well. I'd say they're fairly even here, with Slade taking it slightly. So, Slade is physically superior across the board, but we all knew that. As I said, he is a super soldier, and Shredder's just peak human. And also, Shredder's the better, more skilled fighter. So, now don't get me wrong, Slade is one of the best and most skilled fighters in all of DC Comics. He's a master martial artist, an excellent swordsman and marksman, and he's DC's premier and most feared assassin. He's beaten Nightwing, Azrael, Green Arrow, and Black Canary simultaneously and individually. Black Manta, Bronze Tiger, and he has his fair share of wins against Batman as well. But while he is one of the best fighters in all of DC, Shredder is one of the best fighters in all of comics, period, up there with the likes of Master Splinter, Batman, and Lady Shiva. He has beyond mastery as a ninja, and he's a master of several martial arts. He's routinely beaten the Ninja Turtles in 4v1s over the years, matched or even bested the highly skilled Master Splinter, and he single-handedly killed whole legions of samurai warriors. Also, just like I said the last time I used the Shredder, Shredder has 3 full lifetimes of training and experience. In his first life, he single-handedly defeated an entire army of skilled and dangerous warriors. An entire army. In his second life, he was deemed as the greatest fighter in the world, completely unmatched. And in his third life, he became the leader of the Foot Clan, basically an army of ninjas, all trained by him, and his level of skill was only matched by Master Splinter. Slade's good, but he's not that good. But that's okay, because Slade rarely fights hand to hand, but with his weapons. He has his firearms, his sword, and his bow staff. I'm not going to focus much on Slade's guns, just because Shredder's armor is bulletproof, and he can easily dodge bullets as well. Best they're going to do is keep Shredder at a distance for a little while. No, I want to focus on Slade's swordsmanship and staff work, as he's an expert and master in both. He's even matched well against Ra's al Ghul in a sword fight, and Ra's is arguably the greatest swordsman in all of DC. But Shredder has routinely gone up against and beaten great swords and staff users like Leo and Donnie. Granted, Slade outclasses them in this department, but they're definitely not slouches. But Slade's sword and staff aren't your typical sword and staff. They're virtually indestructible. But Shredder does have his wrist blades that are able to slice through solid steel, and these are how he got his name, Shredder, so he knows how to perfectly incorporate these into his fighting style. But then there's Slade's enhanced mind to consider as well. So, who wins? Well, this would be an epic fight between two great villains, but at the end of the day, I'm going to have to side with Slade on this one. Yes, Shredder is the better, more experienced fighter by a decent margin, but that's his only advantage. Slade is physically better, has all his gear and weapons, his enhanced mind, and he's skilled enough to hang in there in a fight with Shredder. Deathstroke is winning after a good fight. Deathstroke wins. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy. Leave me a comment of what you think, and hit the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos and all that great stuff. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.